Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to write 4 queries to help you learn, understand and master the concept. So here we're going to learn 4 concepts in SQL. The first one is the use of count. Then we do the if function, and last we do the group by function. Okay, so to start with, I'm going to start the count function. Here I'm going to define what the count function is all about, or what the count function does in SQL. So it is used. So it's used to count the number of rows in a specified table, or a specified column. So that is the meaning, or that's what the count function does in SQL. It counts the number of rows in a specified table or a specified column. Okay, so what you need to know about the count function: point to note, the count function does not return, or it does not count an empty space or a null. So it's important to know that one. Whenever you have empty space or a null, the count function ignores that, or it does not return any value. To understand this better, I'm going to use an example here. So for my example, I'm going to use the employees table to confirm whether that is correct or whether it is true. So I'm going to use this table here. As you can see, I've got 290 records. So if I use the count, if I count the number of rows by using the star count or using the wildcard star, you realize that I have 290 records from this table. I have 290 records in my table. Now, what if I'm counting based on organizational note? So I want to count based on this column here, or organization level. As you can see here, I've got a null. That is a null occupying the first record in my table. So I want to count based on that column to see if it's true, to see if it's going to get 290 or it's going to be less than that. So I'm going to count based on organizational level. So I count to see if the nulls are included. So we execute. So it gives 289 records. That tells us that these are less by one record. Okay. So that's how the count function is being or comes into play. I can further go ahead and give an example. So I want to count. Okay, let me see what I have in my table. Okay, I want to count the number of employees based on the gender. Okay, so I want to count the number of males against the females in this company. So I'm going to use the gender column, comma, then I count. So when I execute my query, it gives an error. So the error there can be sorted by introducing group. So I'm going to group by gender. I'm going to group, then I give it an alias of total employees. So here I'm going to group by gender. So this query will return the number of employees. Okay, group by gender. Okay, let's wait. So select gender. So I'll run this very fast. Okay, good. So I want to count based on so I want to see how many males and females. So group by gender. So let's copy this. Execute. So now I have the results. So this one I can give an alias of total employees. Okay, the closing bracket, square bracket. So now I have the total employees grouped by gender. Can go ahead and order or sort by gender to see which gender has got the highest number. So I'm going to sort it by from the largest to the smallest. So it gives the maximum, or the males are taking the largest portion in this table here. So that's how the count is being used in SQL. Okay. So now to move to the next concept or the function if. So let's now move to the if function. So after we learned the count, I want to introduce the if function. So the if function returns a value if a condition is true. So this one returns value if a condition is true, or like this in capital, or another value if a condition is false. Is false. And what we need to note about the if function, it takes up three arguments. It takes up the three arguments. So I can give you the syntax. The syntax says if boolean true, and then false, comma, false, true, false, false, false values. Okay, so that's the syntax for the if function. Okay, so for this exercise I'm going to use the same table, the employees table. So here I'm going to use the if function to change or to replace the initials. Like if you have the initial M for male, we change it to, or write it in full. Okay, so I'm going to select my table. So I'm going to use human resource dot employee. Let me execute this table. So here I'm going to count the number of employees again. So I'm going to count the number of employees based on marital status. Okay, so the S stands for single, M for married. Then later on I'm going to use the if function to replace the S with single and M with married. So I'll first do the count based on marital status. So I want to count based on marital status. So this one again is I give it an alias of total employees. Then group by marital status. There we go. 136, the singles are 144. So here I want to change the marital status from M to married by using the if. So I'm going to say equal to if okay, marital, so I'll just copy this. If marital status equal to M, then it outputs married in full, else single. So if the condition is true, it stands married, else single. That way. Then I execute. Okay. So here I'm going to group by so I'm going to include a single quotation here because this is another text, so I need to enclose it using a single quote or single quotation. So this one now gives me the full, the meaning of M and S in full. So let me go back and do the same for this other one. So I can do the same for the gender. So here let me apply the same function if. So again, if so you have M in single quote. M stands for male, or else female. Close the bracket. Then I now group by gender. That's okay. I execute. Now I have the results are shown. So I want to match the two ifs for the gender and marital status. So I'll just leave this so to match I'm just going to copy paste to have the gender and marital status in one workbook. Okay, so I now have the marital status and gender. Then I now group by marital status and I execute. Okay, so it gives an error there. So I need to include gender here. So I need to group by both marital and gender to give me the desired output. Good. So I now have the results. So let me just remove this count to remain that one column of count. So I just want to do this column here and I execute that way. Okay, so let me bring this one, copy it, and bring it here. So I want the marital status, gender, total employees. Good. So I can go ahead and sort this one by what? So let me sort by total employees. Okay, let me sort by this one here. Because I can sort by sort by gender. It's okay. All that way. So I can order by the count. See the result in descending order from the largest to the smallest. Okay, so I've got the largest number of male singles, followed by the male married, in that order. Thank you for watching. See you again in my next video.